Right, good evening or good afternoon, should I say, to Normski TV. And yeah, looking back at the match that we had yesterday, we're going to look at the player ratings, review the game, and just look at how we done against Dundalk. Obviously, we won the game 3-0 and was anticipating and looking to see what kind of lineup that Arteta would be putting out for this game. And I got some of the selection right, not all, but I got some of the selection right. Didn't expect Granit Xhaka to be playing in the back three. So yeah, there was some little surprises there, and as you know, Arteta does what he does. You know what I mean? Always surprises. But are we really surprised? I suppose that's a question I really want to ask everybody. Yeah, so we're playing at home again, playing against Dundalk, who came out, and I think they played a 3-5-2 formation, which is obviously very, very defensive, packing that midfield out. And we've gone with a 3-4-3 formation against Dundalk. Albeit, again, we're playing at home. And I don't know if it's the limitations as to whether, we didn't want to risk the likes of Gabriel in this game because we've got a massive match coming up on Sunday. And we've got injuries to our defence. David Luiz is at the moment currently out injured. And you've got also Holding, Robert Holding, and Pablo Marie, Callum Chambers. So there's quite a few injuries to our defence department. So could he have played Gabriel and we could have gone to a 4-3-3 and just go attacking? But, we're playing at home, and Arteta, I couldn't believe it. I was watching, I was thinking, we're playing 3-4-3. We're playing a back five. Let me just say what the team was. And you had Runson in goal. Mustafi right of the centre back, Xhaka playing in the centre, and Kolasinac on the other side, on the left hand side. And you had Suarez playing at right wing back, Maitland-Niles playing at left wing back, with Mohamed El Nene and Willock playing in the midfield area, and then up front Pepe on the right, and Nketiah down the middle, and Reece Nelson on the left. So we've gone with a 3-4-3 formation, which sometimes limits us in terms of our creativity. And at the moment, Arsenal have not got a lot of that at the moment, and we don't know where this creativity is going to come from. And it kind of showed because with Dundalk packing at the midfield and literally just putting 11 men behind the ball, defending where they can, Dundalk, no disrespect to them, but they're probably at best a League One, maybe League Two side. So why would we, be going ultra defensive? And I know it could be because the fact that we haven't got the defenders in the back, so we've had to put Xhaka as a makeshift central defender, but it's not good, and especially when you've got the likes of William Saliba, who's not even registered, and you had Arteta coming out the other day and saying that he's really sad that he didn't pick him for the Europa. But that's your fault, Arteta. That's absolutely your fault. You would rather have two goalkeepers sitting on the bench than William Saliba. I mean, it really is mind-boggling what's going on. Mustafi's been out for a long time, but you would prefer to bring him in out of a long-term injury, back into the game against Leicester, and lo and behold, Mustafi does what Mustafi does. But listen, Arteta's the one that's running the team. Who am I? But yeah, so that was the team, and for the best part of 40 minutes, we had what I call some chances, not clear-cut chances, and it wasn't until the 42nd minute, a scruffy goalkeeper for Dundalk makes a mistake, and Nketiah's on the end of it in the box, in the 6-yard box, to actually jump and pounce on the loose ball, and it goes into the back of the net. So that's on 42 minutes. 2 minutes later, Joseph Willock puts the ball, nicely taken a goal into the top of the net of the goal, and I think it was Nicolas Pepe. I think tried to take a shot. Rather than square it to him, he decided to take a shot. Luckily enough, it pinged off the defender, fell to the feet of Willock, and he calmly put it away. And we go 2-0 up. We go into half time, 2-0 up. But it's, and I was hoping and praying that, we would be putting loads of goals past this team. And albeit it's our second string side here, we had loads of changes. I was still saying, listen, we've got enough talent, enough experience, even though these guys are young on the pitch, to beat this Dundalk side and to put loads of goals past them, to give us a confidence boost going into the game against Man United on Sunday. So for the first 40 minutes, it was really, we had loads of shots on targets. I think, it was like 20 odd shots at the goal. And I think we had about 4, 5, 6 on target in total. But the thing is that it was one of those things where when you're playing against teams with low blocks, Arsenal haven't got the nous to break them down. We don't seem to have a plan B, and this is going to be our problem. Now, the Man United game might be a totally different game. It might be that we might allow Man United to come onto us, and I suppose the question is, will we go to Man United and go there with a back five and just hopefully hit them on the break? Or do we go toe-to-toe with them? Do we try and, well, when I say impose our game on them, what is our game plan? What is our style of football? At this moment, I have no real clear idea. And Arteta needs to get his ideas over quick to this football team. I know he wants to play a specific way, playing traps and playing in a certain pattern. Playing out the back, but they need to, if they're going to play out the back, they need to play out the back much quicker than what they're doing now. Too many touches and very lethargic and very slow. We've got to up the tempo, and you just want to hope and pray that man like Aubameyang will hit the ground running on Sunday. But we'll come to that in our match preview, which I'm hoping to do possibly tomorrow. So yeah, let's get back to the game. So we go into into the first half at half time, 2-0 up, and that kind of eased everything. So what I was expecting is that when we come out, we'll come out fast. Arteta would have just maybe put a bit of rocket up their bums to say, "Come on, guys, listen, that was not good enough. We should be putting more goals past Dundalk." They did come out played much better the second half, albeit that we only scored one goal, and that was Pepe, and what a goal it was. It seemed like Arteta moved him over onto the left, Reece Nelson went over on the right, and the assist came from Willock. Nicely played to Pepe, who, with his weaker foot, put it in the top corner. Lovely. I mean, it was just the control. He kind of had the ball under his left foot, done this kind of little shuffle with the ball, and then put it onto his right foot. No backlift, right in the top bins. Lovely jubbly, 3-0 up. You're thinking this is 40, not even a minute into the first half. You're thinking, great, we're going into this now, 3-0 up. With the floodgates are going to open now, and we're going to see this. But as the game went on, we had other chances. A couple of chances. We had other chances, but it's just about being clinical with that. And I think that's our problem, is that we need to put away our chances. It's so important that when you're in front of goal, I mean, Eddie Nketiah, bless his little soul, but I mean, the guy, that's, I'm sorry to say, but I just don't think he's Premier League level, Championship at best. You've got to be putting away those chances. There was a cross from Kieran Tierney, who I thought played quite well. Ball comes across, and all he had to do was literally just connect with the ball, and I think he put it wide. And there was another a chance that he had again. It seems as if the easier chances is almost like he has to think about it, And I think the first goal was more instinctive, but the 2 or 3 chances that he had, you got to be putting them away. And there was some other chances Willock had, and I think with Willock, who, despite, I think with him and Reece Nelson, they were, for me, probably the best players on the pitch last night. And he had a couple of chances himself, and with the goal that he scored. I just think the only issue I would have with Willock is that just to release the ball earlier and just to look up, take that last look. Sometimes he holds onto the ball too long and he hasn't got his head up. And then he needs to make that vital pass to, a player that's in space. And loads of times I saw that. So I think that's something that he needs to add to his game. And hopefully that will take him to the next level. So, yeah, the game, kind of, we know finished at 3-0. There were some changes made. Danny Ceballos came on for Mustafi, which I thought was quite strange. But it seems as if Mustafi is obviously going to looks like he's going to be playing on Sunday. So he's come off in the 61st minute, and he looks like he's going to be featuring on Sunday. I just pray God, that he does okay against the likes of Rashford and Martial, because there's going to be some mad pace going on. Willian came on for, I think it was Nicolas Pepe, and Kieran Tierney in the 74th minute came on for, who was it? Granit Xhaka and Florian Balogun, which I was really pleased to see. He came on for Eddie Nketiah. Now, the thing is here, when those changes were made, I was kind of like, what's going on? Because I couldn't work out. He's taking off a defender in Mustafi, bringing on Danny Ceballos. I'm thinking, what's going to happen here? It looked like El Neni then dropped into that defensive role on the right-hand side of the back three. And to be honest, albeit it's Dundalk, he still had a good game. You know what I mean? Controlled it from the back, kept things simple as El Neni does. It just keeps things simple. That's about as the level of El Neni. Get the ball, pass it, just do the simple things, and that is what he does very well. He's no game changer or nothing like that. He just does what he needs to do. So it was kind of like mad because I was trying to work out where's everybody. I just couldn't work out the positioning. But then eventually I worked out that he sat in Mohamed El Neni sat in the back three, and so the game went on, and we controlled. I don't even know if Dundalk even had a shot in the second half. We controlled it, just needed to score more goals so that we could go into that game on Sunday confident. Listen, we won the game, great thing. We kept a clean sheet, that was good. And let's go to the player ratings, and let's talk about our players individually. And let's start off with Runnison in goal, which he didn't have a lot to do. The only time he really had to do anything was quite early on in the game, where he had to make a save from a long shot outside of the box, which he calmly parried behind. And that was about it, really. What I liked about him was that, saying that, there was one point where I was thinking, right, you're no Neuer for Bayern Munich, but mate, the guy was coming in. He was playing as a sweeper, and I was thinking, what are you doing outside the goal, man? What's going on here? You know what I mean? But the thing is that for me, what I saw of him, he looked quite comfortable on the ball, and whatever corners that Dundalk had, he caught them comfortably. Absolutely caught them comfortable. I was really pleased with what I saw from him. And he's passing at the back. Seems very comfortable. Looks more comfortable than Leno. Definitely, for me. And, as I said, not a lot he had to do. And he needs to bulk up a bit, though. He's a little bit on the skinny side. But, he's still done okay for us. I'm going to give him a 7. As I say, didn't have nothing really much to do. Going to the right side, we'll start off with let's start off with the back three. Mustafi, again, played okay. Nothing to write home about. Just did what he does. Again, you're playing against Dundalk, so you know what I mean. He wasn't in any way challenged or threatened whatsoever. So you know, I'll just give him a 6. So I'll give him a 6. Shaka, who played as the central of the three. Again, he kind of tried to control things from the back, just pinging the balls. I'll give him a 6 again. It looks like it's going to be the same like the other show. I'm going to give him a 6 as well. Kolasinac, in some occasions, did get forward. But the thing about Kolasinac, technically, the guy is just no good on the ball. Really is no good on the ball. And, you know, too much back passing. You know, ball comes to him, plays it back. And the sooner the January transfer window comes, then, mate, we need to get rid of him and just get the money for him. I'm going to give Kolasinac a 5. All right, going on to the wing-backs, Suarez, who I thought played really well. Got forward, you know, crossed a lot of good balls in, and I was really pleased with his game, actually. I thought he done really well. Didn't look in any way in trouble or anything like that. I'm going to give Suarez a 7. I'm going to give Dennis Suarez a 7. Willock, who I thought was definitely our man of the match. You know, the guy, you could see, like, in terms of, if you looked at him and compared to all the other players, he looked at just one step ahead of everybody else. Looked very good on the ball. As I said, sometimes his decision-making, you know, just get your head up and just take that look. But the mate, he was in that, and what was really nice to see, that he was in that 25-yard box, in that 6-yard box, making those late runs in, and just really making things happen in that midfield, you know. So for me, he definitely would get the man of the match. Scored a very good goal. I'm going to give Willock an 8. I'm going to give Willock an 8. Mohamed El Neni is Mohamed El Neni. He does what it says on the tin. Just keeps it basic, keeps it simple. And to be honest, even when he was moved into the back three, you know, there was not, it wasn't like all of a sudden we were going to be under any pressure whatsoever. Done well in both positions, just kept it ticking over, you know, sideways, backways, you know, and every now and again he might put one ball forward. But other than that, it's Mohamed El Neni. Very basic, just basic football. I'm going to give him a 6. Maitland-Niles, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, interesting. Didn't have his best game. Didn't have his best game. Not that marauding player that you'll see going up and down that wing. It just didn't come off for him. You know, it just didn't really come off for him. And I think if you want to sort of make a claim, you know, I know it's not nice that you're not getting the game time, and I get that. But when you're on there, especially when you're playing against a team like Dundalk, then you want to make sure you go out and impress the manager. But to me, he just didn't take the ball by the horns whatsoever, and he just didn't really show for me. So, you know, you really rarely heard his name, and I think there was one big chance he had where he took a shot from outside the box and it just rolls over the bar. But other than that, or if it rolls over the bar, I think it went just past the post. Other than that, I'm going to give Maitland-Niles a 5. Let's go to Pepe. Now, Pepe, thing about Pepe is that, you know, when I was watching him in the first half, just get a little bit frustrated with him again. End product, running into blind alleys. I think with Pepe, he needs a space, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes he does too much on the ball. That's his problem. He does too much, too many step overs. His decision making has to be much quicker. And when he's in that 6-yard box, he's got to take that shot. Why take an extra, you know, touch or try to play a pass that's not on? If you can do it yourself, take it, ping it. You've got a brilliant left foot. Take it on your left foot. But for me, teams are finding him too predictable. You know, because you know he's going to come in on his left, and teams are finding him too. When he moved over on the right hand side in the second half, he was a little bit. He looked much better. He did look much better. But for Pepe He got the goal, which was a very, very good goal. I'm going to give Pepe a 6. I'm going to give Pepe a 6. Eddie Nketiah. No, look, before I go to Eddie Nketiah, let's go to Nelson, who played on the other side. I thought he was our second best player. I thought he drove, which is what I liked about Nelson. You know, I think he put something in Arteta's mind, because what I liked about him is when he picked up that ball, he was always trying to drive at them. Do you know what I mean? And for me, that's what you want. You want to draw the players to you, and he's quick. So, you know what I mean? And he's direct, and that's what I like about him. And, you know, he was doing some skill step overs and whatnot, played on the right, then he moved over to the left. You know, he was across that front three, and I thought he done really well. I'm going to give Nelson a 7. Then we have Eddie Nketiah, who got the other goal. And albeit he missed quite a lot of chances. He missed a lot of chances. And, you know, if you want to be a top elite player, you've got to be putting those chances away. If that was an Aubameyang, you know, in that 6-yard box, you know, he's scoring those. He's scoring those. Do you know what I mean? And Eddie Nketiah, for me, is that I don't know what it is that Arteta likes about him. Is probably his adopted son. But I just think he just needs to improve on his instinct, you know what I mean, in terms of just sniffing out danger, in terms of and putting that ball away quickly. You know, because he missed those chances, I'm actually going to score. Even though he scored the goal, I'm going to score him down to a 5, and that's because he's missing far too many chances. And the other thing what I noticed as well, when Pepe or Nelson were sort of hitting the wings and crossing balls in, he's nowhere to be seen. You know, he's outside the 25-yard box. You know, you've got to be in there to receive the ball. It's no point Nelson or Pepe making those runs down the wings, and then when they cross it in, there's no one to receive the ball. It don't make sense, you know what I mean? And then I just think that he just needs to work at his sense of positioning and work in that 18-yard box, and just make sure, you know, he gets that sorted out. But I'm going to give Nketiah a 5. Sorry. That's what I do believe he should get. Dani Ceballos came on for Mustafi on the 61st minute. And to be honest, didn't really hear much. I didn't even know he was on the pitch, to be perfectly honest. And for that reason, I'm going to give him a 4, because I just didn't. He didn't come on and change anything or make anything different. Do you know what I mean? And he was still playing in that kind of deep role. So yeah, I think we're really going to need to address this creativity problem and where Dani Ceballos plays. But he really didn't do nothing for me. Again, same with Willian. And I'm getting very concerned. And it seems as if the theory of Willian having won in 4 or 5 games, good games, seems to be coming to truth, and the fruition. It seems to be bearing its head. And what I'm seeing of Willian at the moment is that you would think, because I was just willing when he came on, I just wanted him to just make some sort of impact and literally try and even score or just do something. Do you know what I mean? Just to change up the game. But even Willian, for me, I didn't see anything, exciting from him at all. Didn't think he really did anything. And I'm going to also score Willian a 4. It came on. Kieran Tierney came on for Granit Xhaka, and then when he did come on, as I said, literally number of crosses he put in, he was up and down that wing, and for me, done really well. You know what I mean? Really pushed at their right back, so pushed them back. And I thought he done okay. I really did think he done okay. And I think that, this guy's got so much more to give. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 6. I'm going to give Kieran Tierney a 6. And Florian Balogun came on for Eddie Nketiah. And to be honest, I wanted this guy to score. I just wanted him to score because I just feel that, there was talk about him, going, I can't can't remember the clubs that were interested in him. Possibly Sheffield United, I think, were interested in him, and there was talk about his contractual situation that he was going to sign a contract and that. But the guy has done brilliantly for the under 23, scored a bagload of goals, and I just think that maybe Arteta needs to carry on playing him in these, even maybe start him in one of the group games. Do you know what I mean? And let's see what this guy's got. Some people are saying that actually he's actually better than Eddie Nketiah. As I said, I don't really watch under 23 football, so I wouldn't know. But from what I'm hearing and what people are saying, that this guy is good. He's strong, fast, quick. Give him a chance, Arteta. Give him a chance. Let's see what this guy's got. I'll score him. I'm gonna score him a 5. I don't know, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5. Some people might disagree and say 4. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. But yeah. So yeah, that's the game in essence. Arteta, kind of. I think the only thing that I would probably be a little bit disappointed about was just his formation and why he feels that he needs to go with a back 5. I don't know. I really don't know. This is Dundalk that we're playing in, or Dundalk, should I say, we're playing against. And Arteta, this pragmatic football. I was talking to him again with a mate of mine on the phone while I was watching the game, and we was just saying he said he didn't actually. It was only when he heard that we scored, because he just saying, "Now I've got to turn off this because this is absolutely boring football. The football is just boring right now, and he needs to sort out this tactical situation and to get us becoming more creative." And at the moment, I don't know if he has any ideas of doing this, but he really needs to move in quick, because as I said, in the Premier League we've only scored 8 goals in total after 6 games. Not good enough. Arteta, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give him a 6. The referee, there was a couple of occasions where I was just thinking, are you watching this game, mate? Are you watching this game? Because there was one where Willock was dragged back, and I think there was one or two penalty claims that he didn't give. Europa League referee. Yeah, I'm giving him a 3. Yeah, that's what he's going to get from me. Look, we've won 2-2. We're top of the league with 6 points. I think if we go away, beat Moldova, then we're pretty much through, and then we can sort of relax. And then maybe, as I said, that maybe a chance to start blooding man like Balogun. And I was really disappointed not to see Smith Rowe even on the bench, because I do believe that we need a creative spark in that midfield, and at the moment we haven't got that. So it's going to be a long road, but I'm just hoping that Arteta can sort this out quick. Just quickly, his press conference, he came out and said that, about Pepe, thinks that, he's doing, he's willing to do well. And I think, in the press conference, people were saying, is this, this 72 million weighing quite hard on his shoulders, having this big price tag on him, and you think it's affecting him? But Arteta came out and says no. He's had a conversation with him, and that's not the case. He doesn't think it affects him too much. I think what he wants from Pepe is that when he's in those, he just wants consistency. I suppose that's what it is. Him finding his consistency and making sure that he makes the right decisions in certain areas of the pitch. And he's saying here he's got nothing to do with his attitude. He's got very good attitude. I think they could question him about his attitude, if he's got any sort of attitude problems in training. He said no. He did say that he's a player that takes risks, and maybe he just needs to simplify it, and that's what I've been saying. So that's kind of really what his views were on Pepe. And he said a lot of other things concerning other players, with Xhaka playing at the back, Granit Xhaka playing at the back. And I think because obviously, he didn't play Gabriel, he said, I think we need 1 or 2 players who can drop in that position the way that the position looks at the moment. And what he's basically saying is that we haven't got the players right now because most of them are injured, and in hindsight, you put Gabby on there, he gets injured, then we're stuffed for Sunday coming up. He was really pleased with Nketiah and Nelson. He says they both really look good. They looked like they could do something different in the games. They had courage to make the right decisions in the right areas. And so we move on to Old Trafford on Sunday afternoon, 4:30 or 4 o'clock kickoff. This is a massive game. The way Man United are playing at the moment, we've got to watch out for them. Man like Rashford, hitting a hat-trick against a Leipzig, 16 minutes, I think it took him. Mate, if the Rashford turns up, then, mate, we could be in trouble. How are we going to approach the game? It's likely that, I don't know, it's likely that, we will go possibly with a back five, I think. That's my personal opinion. I don't think Arteta's going to be brave enough to go with a 4-3-3. Probably let them have the ball and see whether we can then hit them on a break. I think the one thing that Arteta has done with the side is that he has tightened up the back. But what is happening is with us tightening up the back, we've sacrificed our creativity. And when you sacrifice your creativity, then you don't start seeing goals. And this is what's lacking. Aubameyang hasn't scored now in the Premier League since the Fulham started the Premier League. 1 goal. So Aubameyang needs to start finding his shooting boots. But I think, personally speaking, is that he needs to play Aubameyang down at centre. Play Pepe on the right, Willian on the left, or why not try? No, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you will hear my thoughts concerning the match review, match preview, should I say, on possibly tomorrow. That's when I'll probably drop it. So, listen, guys, let me know what you think, how you felt our team done yesterday, and what do you think Arsenal are going to go with come Sunday. Do you think we're going to win the game, draw it? What I would say is let's not go there and become a laughingstock. We're already Banter FC right now. We need to get that label and get rid of it. Listen, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.